When you think about prepping, what do you think about? Bunkers, gas masks, survival gear, tactical stuff. The truth is, most emergencies and natural disasters that we're gonna come across are things like power outages, natural disasters and storms, water shutoffs, supply chain shortages, and various other things like that. Hi everyone, Morgan here. Today we're gonna be talking about the first 10 things that every beginner prepper should have first. Let's dive into each of them. It is hard to imagine thinking about the tap no longer flowing, whether you have a well or you're on city water. Did you know that the average household uses about 250 gallons of water per day? We've been on well water, we've had to haul our own water, and we've been on city water. We currently are on city water. And we know the importance of water. Everybody knows the importance of water. It's the number one thing you should be stockpiling. I personally recommend at least 2 gallons of water per person per day, but if you're just getting started but you're low on space or whatever the case may be, start with at least 1 gallon of water per person per day, and don't forget about your pets. Storing already purified water in bottles is honestly the easiest way. I know people don't like plastic, but this is the easiest way to have water on hand, ready to go. And you can rotate this water and have fresh, new bottled water all the time. You can also refill glass jars, whatever is gonna work for you. Just get some water going. Well, that storm has hit, the roads are closed, and now you're left no access to the grocery store. So what do? You stockpile some food. So that's number 2, stockpiling food. Canned foods, freeze-dried food, MREs, whatever you want. If you want to can your own food, whatever is going to work best for you, just start stockpiling food. Canned food and non-perishable foods like rice and beans are the easiest ways for people to start stocking up. And after that, you want to learn some preservation skills, find local farms, do whatever you want, grow food, right? But getting started, canned foods, freeze-dried foods, these are the best and easiest ways to have food ready to go on hand. Start with enough food to feed your family for 72 hours and then move on to a week and then 2 weeks and then 30 days and a year and 3 years and 10 years and 20 years. I'm seriously so scared when the lights go out. No, I'm not. But it's, lighting is essential. I watch shows like The Chosen, House of David and stuff. You see candles like everywhere in their house, but it's still so dark. You're just like, wow, like the importance of light has never gone out of style. So have candles, have lanterns, lighters, glow sticks. And I personally prefer headlamps, but you can also get some flashlights. Headlamps are just really good for hands-free. Speaking of headlamps, extra batteries. People have given me a lot of flack saying that these Amazon batteries just aren't very good, but we have never had any issues with them. Like, they actually last pretty typical to normal, I say normal, other brands of batteries. So these Amazon brands are not only cheap, but they come in huge packs, and I got these like months and months and months ago, and we still haven't gone through them. And we have a lot of toys and things that take batteries, okay? I also recommend rechargeable ones. If you have some sort of battery bank in order to charge them with, then you could plug this into your battery bank in order to charge them. But having extra batteries on hand doesn't hurt anybody, right? I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you are brand new to preparedness, please be sure to subscribe, comment, and share this with anybody else that you want to be prepared. Also, my website at roguepreparedness.com has a ton of checklists, and I have a book coming out soon, so get excited for that. Number 5 is a phone charger. This is just a small one. It's by BioLite, but they have much bigger ones. They have even smaller ones actually. But this is a nice, thin, really lightweight one that I really like. But I have a bunch from Anchor and BioLite and a bunch of different ones. Goal Zero, all these different ones that can charge your phone or other small devices like ham radios, anything like that. Your no weather radio, of course, that has backup batteries, but you can also plug it into there. But yeah, these are really great to have on hand. Have a few, have like one in your bug out bag and your EDC bag and several at home for like each individual that may need one. First aid kits. You never know when you're gonna need one, especially if you have kids, disabled, elderly, anybody else, even yourself. I cut myself when I'm cooking more than I'd like to admit. For the boo-boos. But also for more dramatic stuff too, okay? Learn to take a class, read books, and get familiar with first aid and first aid supplies. I also have a first aid kit in my purse, in my stroller. Even my kids have their own first aid kits. First aid kits everywhere. And don't forget about a 30 to 60 day supply of over-the-counter medications or any prescription medications that you may need. You can ask your doctor or insurance, or you can even go to Jace Medical and they may have some options to be able to help you to get some extra meds for a 30 to 60 day supply, which if kept in a cool, dark place, these could last up to like 20, 25 years. There's been studies on it. Go check it out. Number 7, backup cooking options. Yeah, we have gas, okay? Even if you have gas or propane, I highly recommend that you still have alternative cooking options. How are you still supposed to boil water for coffee in an emergency? I mean, this jet boil, I think, is a really good idea for just boiling water. This, along with the small propane butane canisters back there, this is a great combination and a really great starter for just boiling water or potentially soups, but I would really keep it to just water so that you could boil water for freeze-dried food or any of that other stuff. But the jet boil is a really good, fast, quick, efficient way that you could have it for boiling water. There's a Coleman stove. There's also a hobo stove, a rocket stove. You could also do like this indoor safe alcohol stove. And if you are going to use like a Coleman stove indoors, please use it safely with like a cracked window or something. Same with the jet boil. Anything that uses propane or butane or anything like that, use it near a cracked window and be safe. Number 8 is books. I think knowledge is power, truly. I mean, we live in the age of information where you can find anything. Now, this is actually one of my old books that has been discontinued. I actually have discontinued all my books, and my brand new book is coming out within the next couple months of the release of this video, so get excited about that. But no matter if it's a prepper book, a homesteading book, a gardening book, a DIY book, the Bible is a really good one to have. We even just bought a dictionary the other day, like an actual dictionary. We use it, like it's really fun to just go to the dictionary and like, look, now I need to get a thesaurus. Okay, so anyway, well, books are power. And I know a lot of people, you know, they don't like the paperback as much, you know, because it's a physical book and it's heavy and whatever, I can't take that. Get the ebook as well, but having a physical book when I need it most, instead of searching through all my ebooks and searching through the ebook digitally and stuff, there's just something great about it. When the internet is down, books are still here. Next, we have an emergency radio. I really like these types of radios that have the solar up top, plus it has the hand crank and has the AM, FM, and it has like a little light on it. Like this is like a jack of all trades kind of radio, but this is also a NOAA weather radio. It's an emergency radio in which you can get information in. It's not like a ham radio or GMRS radio or walkie-talkie or anything in which you can transmit out, but you can receive information from this, which information is power. And we also have a NOAA weather radio that gives us alerts on whatever is happening. So it's very important that I think that you have both. One that is just always on, your NOAA weather radio. See, here it is. It sits on our table and it'll give us alerts to whatever may be happening. And then you can turn on like your AM, FM radio or to the NOAA weather radio station or whatever and receive more information. I actually have a deep dive video coming up that's going to be talking about all offline information and communication and stuff. And it's going to be really, really good. I have like the internet in a box that I'm going to be talking about and all sorts of really good, exciting stuff. So get excited. All right, the last one I want to talk about is notepads and pens or pencils or whatever. You know what I've been doing lately instead of scrolling my phone? I've actually been taking out a pen and notepad and writing down Bible verses that I've been memorizing or ideas for videos, or I've been writing down skills that I want to learn or practice. I've been writing down things that I need to purchase later for food or gear or whatever. And I've been writing down craft ideas I want, whatever, right? I've been writing it all down. And it's not only therapeutic, it's actually way more productive than scrolling my phone, right? But pen and paper or pencil paper, whatever, it never goes out of style. You can stock up on so many pencils and pens and notepads. You can even make your own notepads. Okay, it's so easy to make your own notepads. But yeah, paper, pen or pencils, and pencils rather, I have both. Stock up on them because it never goes out of style. There's so much you can do with a little bit of paper and a pen. And of course you can write down like critical information, like, you know, contacts and or notes to leave for people or, you know, whatever. If you'll notice, this list had no bunkers, it had no gas masks, and it had nothing that was super extreme or difficult to find or thousands of dollars worth of gear, right? This was normal, practical preparedness that anybody in any situation, I don't care whether you're in an apartment, you're renting, it doesn't matter where you live, you can be prepared. And so if we start with these 10 items, you're gonna be way better off than all those other people. And we're not talking about years worth of supplies. We're talking about just get like one extra notebook. We're talking about getting one emergency radio. We're talking about getting 72 hours worth of food and water to start. You don't need all of this today because preparedness is a lifestyle. It's a consistent thing that you just do all the time, right? So every time you go to the grocery store, you get a little extra food and water, right? When you use your first aid items, you're gonna restock up on them. So if you're brand new to preparedness, what is the first thing that you're gonna be buying today? And if you've been at this preparedness lifestyle for a while, what was the first prep that you ever purchased? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. I'll talk to you later, bye. Oh.